Chasers, back again with another review of our 1987 Generation 1 Transformers Headmasters. Today we're looking at Highbrow. Now Highbrow is a very cool toy. I love it. You know what I love so much about these original Headmasters and these old Transformers was the clear canopies. I don't know why, it just makes the figure seem so much more, I don't know, high quality or expensive, at least for a kid. That's how it seemed. But I love it because not only do you get a cool looking canopy here, but you can see our Headmaster Gort right inside there in the canopy driving Highbrow. So I love that. Other than that, he's a sweet design, a nice Nebulin helicopter slash airplane, if you will. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Switchblade from the Mask series. He does have some nice accessories that come with him originally. This was our two different guns here on the side. Now those mount underneath. Very nice detail, as with all of these different Headmasters from '87. You can see the beautiful design work here on the tail fin, these louvers coming down here. He does have this hinge here, which is very nice and actually adds to transformation. And he's got a moving canopy. I love that. And you can see Gort right inside the cockpit there, ready to take Highbrow on a new adventure. All right, does have this canister on the front. I don't know what that is, but that's molded in. Look at this detail here on the bottom. More louvers here, nice stickers, and of course our stats panel here on the bottom. But I do love this feature as well, these rotating dual helicopter blades. And actually those do factor into the transformation, so I'll show you a little bit about that. But this figure, I actually was able to get him for around $65, and that was on TFW 2005. The forums, buy, sell, and trade forums there. So that's a great price, considering that this guy could be upwards of $100 on eBay. Mostly because these parts are missing a lot of the times, these guns, as well as Gort, the Headmaster. And without the Headmaster, what kind of a robot do you really have? Not a very good one. So in order to find a complete one, many times you'll need to up that premium dollar there. But if you go on one of the forums or Facebook groups for Transformers, you might find a better price on him. So I just wanted to tell you that, just so you know what to shoot for when you get one of these figures. So that's how he looks there in his helicopter mode. He does roll. He's got these little wheels on the front here, and he's got one on the back. So he rolls there. Not very well, but he does roll. As far as his other Headmaster counterparts, we've got Brainstorm here, we've got Chrome Dome coming in there, and we've got Hardhead. So he does line up pretty well. What's cool is these are all scaled very well because they all have the same Headmaster size. So all the cockpits are going to need to be about the same size. All right, we'll get these out of here and we'll show you some of the accessories and then get into transformation of Highbrow. So first and foremost, let's get into our canopy here. And you can see Gort fits very nicely right there in the canopy. A little bit of detailing there on the inside. Fold that back down. He's got a little snap there. We'll show you Gort. He is a nice Headmaster figure. Again, with all of them, you see this nice detail here, nice painted face. He's got articulating arms, although I don't want to move those too much because they tend to break at that hinge right there. He does have separately articulated legs at the knee, but he does have a joined hip articulation right there. So those are both going to move at the same time. And then on the back, he's got this panel here that will fold down for head mode, which we'll turn him into right now. So we'll fold down that panel, and we'll just fold his legs back on themselves, and you've got a great looking head sculpt here for Highbrow. Very cool. I love these features here, even these little vents here, and a nice visor. Nice face sculpt too. Alright, so we'll put Gort right there, and we've got dual guns here on the bottom. We'll take those off, show you those. So both identical guns, which is nice for the collector because if you're looking for one of these to complete your set, you know, you just are able to find one. They're all both the same design. But really cool. Look at this detail right here on the tip of the gun. Some nice detail in here. Very small, but very well designed gun here. So those are going to fit into his hands as we get into robot mode, which we'll do right now. Now, as I was mentioning before, these blades are really cool because they spin perfectly, but when going into robot form, they fold. So they fold in on themselves. They've got these little notches here, or these little ratchets that can bring them together so they stay in place. Bring this down. And there we go. So we folded up our two helicopter blades, which is going to be good for transformation here. Let's fold back his canopy here, or his entire cockpit. Fold that down. Now his legs need to be rotated at the waist, and then these actually slide down. It's a pretty intense transformation there. But there you go. I put these on the back because they do have the screws, so you want to make sure you do that. However, if you look at the front, all these screws are showing anyway, so what's the difference? But I like to have them on the back. We'll fold his wings down and back, and he's got these hands that come out right there. We'll just have this little tab here. I'm going to make sure that that tab's not broken if you're looking for one of these. I like to pull it out by the hand anyways, just so the tab doesn't break. And we'll put Gort on the top, and as we do that, we'll show you his stats right there. So that comes up as we put the head on Highbrow. There we go, and show you the stats. We're going to compare that to the other Headmasters too in a minute. All right, and let's mount up his guns onto his hands. And there's his weapons all ready to go. Now let's look at some of the articulation here for Highbrow. I'm just going to adjust my camera real quick. There we go. Get Highbrow in the frame. And as far as his arms go, he does have a nice 360-degree rotation, as do the other Autobot Headmasters. No wrist swivel, no leg bending at all. Pretty static there. His waist does turn, so you can get him in a pose like that. No movement on his head either. Being one of the Headmasters, he's not going to move at all because of that gimmick. So that's pretty much it as far as the articulation goes, but detail-wise, you know, very nicely laid out here. Very beautiful design for Highbrow. I love the stickers. They accent the figure very nice. They look great. So there's our Headmaster Highbrow there. And let's take a look at him compared to some of his other Headmaster counterparts. So now we're taking a look at Highbrow with his other Autobot Headmaster counterparts. And he stacks up pretty nicely here. You can tell that he is the shortest of the Autobot Headmasters. But let's look at how he measures up with regard to his stats. So let's open up some of our stat panels here. We've got Chrome Dome. He's mid-level on speed and strength. Highest intelligence here. We've got Brainstorm. Open him up. Fastest. Not too strong, but pretty high intelligence. Now, Hardhead is actually going to be our strongest of the Autobot Headmasters. So you can see there, he's the strongest, his intelligence not too high, and speed even lower. But let's take a look at our character that we're reviewing in this video, and that is Highbrow. And he's pretty much level across the board with speed, strength, and intelligence. So not too bad if you want a well-rounded character. Thanks so much for watching our review of Highbrow. Please come back and take a look at our other Transformers reviews, especially our Headmaster reviews that we've been going through recently. And please subscribe to our channel. This has been Bot Chasers.